If you are familiar with Hastings athletics, you've probably noticed a collection of pictures located on the north end of our gymnasium. This collection has grown over the years, and now it is collectively known as the All-State Wall. It all started with the Champions Wall. The Champions Wall is located in the hallway just outside the gymnasium, and this wall displays pictures of state champions that have come through Hastings over the years. However, it became apparent that this wall didn't display all that Hastings has to offer. State champion is such a difficult thing to achieve that we decided we needed to add another wall for our all-state athletes as well. In short, the wall exemplifies Hastings student-athlete success and our culture here at Hastings. But there's many different perspectives on the wall. And first, we had a chance to catch up with Hastings Athletic Director Trent Hansen to see what he had to say.
The Wall of Honor really is intended to reflect our broad values within Hastings High School athletics. So in terms of student-athlete achievement, recognizing those folks that have achieved all-state status is really significant.
That's absolutely right. And if you walk into Hastings High School at any given time, you're bound to find students working hard to achieve their goals. But becoming All-State is not as easy as it seems. There are, in fact, some specific qualifications to become All-State. And here's a simplified version.
To be an All-State team, it's different qualifications for each sport played.
For team sports, for example, an All-State athlete would be selected by the Coaches Association at the end of the year.
And for individual sports, it's how that individual places at the end of the year at their respected state tournament.
Any All-State team that you might see in the media is not official. The official All-State athletes are voted on by the Coaches Association or by place in the state tournament. Now that you know a little bit about how people actually get on the All-State wall, let's talk to some people with first-hand experience. We had to go no further than 2 administrators here at the high school. Mr. McClay, who is now the head wrestling coach at the high school, was on the All-State wall for wrestling. But he was not only All-State, he's on the Champions wall as well. He was coached by longtime head wrestling coach Mr. Veit. Mr. Veit has a unique viewpoint on the All-State wall because he's had a chance to coach all 3 of his sons who are now up on the wall together. Both of these men have unique viewpoints on what the wall brings to the school and the community, and we're going to talk to them right now to find out exactly what makes this All-State wall so special.
Well, I think that it brings recognition to all the hard work and dedication that these athletes put in, and to put a face to a name and to get some recognition for it, that when their kids or grandkids or family members come in or other people, they can relate to them and see and remember all the great things that have happened.
I think it's great to help tell the story of the school, the community, the different athletic programs. I mean, those are names and faces, like Coach mentioned here, that help tell the story and help keep building that tradition. And the stronger the tradition, the stronger the program will continue to grow.
Like I mentioned earlier, Mr. Veit had the opportunity to coach all 3 of his sons and put all 3 of them up on the All-State wall. Here he is to tell us a little bit about what that experience was like.
Well, I think I'm happy for them. You know, they worked hard, and for them to be recognized and be part of that history, part of that tradition here at the school, I'm just very, very happy for them, very proud of them.
And next, Mr. McClay is going to talk a little bit about what it was like to be a former All-State athlete and come back and continue to coach more All-State athletes as the head wrestling coach here.
Well, I guess for me, it just helps me remember the hard work and dedication that I put in to get up there. And but like Coach said, I think it has to do a lot with the tradition that we've built here. We got a great town and a lot of athletes that have come through. They've been great, and so I think to give recognition to those and to remember what's all been put in. But for me, it's a sense of pride as a coach. I want to get as many kids on that wall as possible, and it's a lot of pride for me. I look at that and I remember those years. I remember some of those memories that we had together, and I remember the sacrifices that those kids made to get themselves put up there.
After talking to Mr. Veit and Mr. McClay, we had a chance to catch up with some of the athletes that they've coached that are now on the wall themselves. Trey Rogers and Jackson Schickel are here to explain what it means to be up on that wall now. What's it like to be on the All-State wall next to all of the Hastings greats, including your coach, Mr. McClay?
I mean, I feel pretty honored because all those guys up there, they worked really hard to get where they're at, and I feel like I've worked really hard to get where I'm at to be on that wall.
Yeah, it's just great to be recognized out by some really great people, and kind of cool to be put on the, maybe the same level as them, so that's super cool.
Here's Trey Rogers to explain what it was like to achieve his All-State goal.
Yeah, I'd say it's always been a goal of mine. At first it was kind of just to make it to state, then it was to be All-State, and now for next year, hopefully be a state champ. So yeah, for sure it was a goal.
And now Jackson Schickel will explain a little bit of the process for us.
Really hard in the weight room and got bigger, stronger, faster, and then that season I placed there at state.
Thank you, Jackson and Trey. It was great to talk to these guys about their All-State experience, but they're not the only All-State athletes at our school right now. Vova Tipler, a diver who is also on the All-State and Champions wall, had some input on what his experience has been like.
I feel like respected to be up there because I worked hard to be up there and everything else. There's a lot of weight on my shoulders because people are after me for that place again at state, and I need to work harder and try to win it again.
One of the great things about the All-State wall here at Hastings that oftentimes goes unnoticed is its diversity. We've got students represented of all different ages, from all different eras, of all different race, gender, and a multitude of different sports. These are some of the things that play into the culture
It's a
here.
cool cultural and traditional story, for the folks that can really be informed about, for our current student athletes, kind of who's come before them and laid a foundation for our visitors and other community members to come and kind of connect with previous generations. And it's something that's really special and that we're really proud of here within the Hastings community and our athletic program. And I think that All-State wall is one way to do that. So we just want to make it the best representation that we can. In order to do that, it has to include as many people as we can. So we appreciate your work and the work of all the folks that are helping us to get there. And to make sure that people are fully informed about the status of the wall and the recognition point, we've got a great start. We have a number of athletes here, but we have a lot of gaps and we have a long way to go, and we want to make sure that we can recognize each and every person that has earned it, and we need your help to do that.
Colin, there's a problem.
What's the problem?
That wall in the gym. We're missing names.
Oh my gosh, you're right. We're missing so many names from that wall right now. So many pictures.
How are we going to fix that?
Well, here's the thing, Alec. In order for that wall to be a more accurate representation of our school, we need people to bring in an 8x10 picture of themselves in the sport that they were all state in. And if they can't find a picture of themselves in the sport, then a senior picture or a school picture would be just fine. They don't have to do anything except bring in an 8x10 picture and Mr. Hansen will do the rest.
Sweet. Let's
Yeah.
do it. Let's do it.
Let's get
If you know someone,
Or if you think you know someone who might know someone who should be on that wall, call them up and let's get the
them
pictures on
the
that wall.
That's good.
To access a list of all the people that should be on the All-State wall, we have one posted on hastingsathletics.org. Just go to the website and then click on Athletic Department and go to the first option, All-State List. Here, you'll find a PDF file of all names that should be up on the wall. Thank you for your help.